Hey guys, this is George from Florida Parks After Dark. We are here on Singer Island. Wanted to go live today to kind of share with all of you some sad news we received this morning that I'm sure all of you have shared for you to be tuning in. We found out that yesterday Jimmy Buffett had passed away at age 76. Prolific artist, a lifestyle brand, wonderful human being, humble and generous. But we're here on Singer Island. Let me flip this around for you. And so right now we're here at the beach. We thought Florida Parks After Dark would be able to kind of show you guys and pay homage to Jimmy by showing you his boat and being able to have that opportunity for you guys to say goodbye. So we're waiting for the boat to take off, and if you see it way out there in the distance, let me zoom in for you guys real quick. That is Jimmy Buffett's cruise ship, the Margaritaville. It's loading up, and it's been loading all day today, and we're waiting for it to cruise by. And what's great is it actually goes directly through this channel out to the Atlantic Ocean. But while we wait, really, I think it's important for us all just to acknowledge what kind of loss we're talking about here with Jimmy dying. I think one of the things that we all would share being fans is he was humble and he was generous. And although he built an empire of this cruise ship we're about to see, the music, the concerts, the clothing, the drinks, the tequila, the land shark, he stayed humble. He stayed grounded. He walked around barefoot and went out in the ocean and paddleboarded. Um, he wasn't somebody who got stuck in the hype. He wasn't somebody who read his own headlines and really felt that he was more than what he really was. Um, and I think that really is one of the most impressive things. He had a prolific career, 30 albums since 1970, spent half his life performing. And I think one of the things that really kind of caught us is we hear about these pop-ups where Jimmy all of a sudden would pop in and do a show. He'd end up at one of his resorts and do a set. He wouldn't announce, he'd just show up. Or he would just end up in some local dive bar and do an acoustic set. It wasn't about getting the press there, and it wasn't about being on the news, and it wasn't about selling albums. It was about his love, which was performing. And he took that very seriously. And if you look way out in the distance, and you may not be able to see it, let me see. That is a hotel out there. That's called the Breakers. And I think one of the stories reason I show you that is not that long ago, they were having a fundraiser for veterans at the Breakers. And the Breakers is a world-class hotel here in Palm Beach, and it's very world-renowned. And he just showed up and did a music set as a way to raise some money for veterans. And I think that really was what we all were so impressed with Jimmy, was his willingness to help. That he took his fame and his fortune and used it for good. He used it so that he would be able to do those things that we all wish we could do. So I think that's really one of the things that was most impressive. I think it's funny, we would hear about him going out of his house, and he across the way here is Palm Beach, and way down past the Breakers that I showed you, he owns a home in Palm Beach, and it's right there on the water. And he would go ahead and he would take his paddleboard out and he would take pictures and send it through his Instagram. And it was just this grassroots guy. And he died yesterday with his wife and his family and his friends and his dogs around him. He's been fighting illness that hasn't been disclosed yet since 2022. And he succumbed to that illness yesterday. And what we lose is really a man who really cared, and I think we all know that. It's funny, you talk about Jimmy and the empire he built, And I know my wife is watching, and if not, we'll listen to this. But his wife, Jane, is the one who really kind of pushed him into the tropical kind of theming and style. Prior to meeting her, he met her in Key West. He kind of was just performing, but he didn't really have that style. And she came in, and they got together, and she said, "This is what we need to do." And so they went with the Hawaiian shirts and the bare feet and the big sets on the stage. And she was the one. So again, love of a good woman makes a man. So she was able to build that, and she served as his manager for forever till the point he passed yesterday. So I got zoomed in on the boat. It's smoking, which is a good sign that it will be going soon. I think they started loading the boat way back at 1 o'clock today. And they'll be finishing up, and then it'll back out and come right down this channel here. And we'll just keep an eye on it. It goes relatively quick once it starts moving. So you guys will see that with me. But I think it's interesting what would have happened if Jimmy didn't go that way and go tropical. But I think for me, on a personal level, his music and his philosophy of life is kind of one that we've embodied. It's you can't take it too seriously. You need to enjoy every minute. You need to live life to its fullest, and it's something my family and I have taken very seriously, and we've worked very hard at really just embracing life and embracing what life means, and try to have the most experiences and live the biggest life you can. And I think that's really the message he sent in his music was enjoy it. And now as he passes, it means so much more because you never know. And you need to live life every day to your fullest ability. So that I think is a theme or message or philosophy that we all should embrace. And I think that's why it was just so easy to enjoy his music, was that it wasn't just a show. It's how he lived his life. And it's how he wanted all of us to live our lives. Just love each other, have some fun, and not take it too seriously. So while we wait for the boat, again, my name is George. We're from Florida Parks After Dark. This is our first live stream. It may be obvious, but we were going to do our first live stream in Orlando. And any of you who subscribe to our channel, and many of you I assume do, and those who don't, you can by clicking that button. Know that a lot of our videos and our shorts are Disney themed or Orlando themed or Florida experiences, but are fun, and a lot of stuff we do is kind of whimsical and tongue-in-cheek humor. This for us is something different. This was just important for us to say, you know what, today is a good day for us to do our live stream. Today is the day to kind of break the ice and come out here and in kind of an homage and to honor Jimmy and to share the moment when this boat comes by and to wish him well. We will be having another live stream in Orlando like we had planned. Unclear exactly the date, but you'll be seeing that come through. And that's us. We've been running this channel for about 90 days now. And I do want to thank everybody on this live stream who subscribes or who visits our channel. We have really seen some explosive growth and some real wonderful support from all of you. And as of this morning, we broke 800 subscribers. So it's in 90 days, we got 800 subscribers and well over, I think, 600,000 views on our materials and our content. So really want to thank all of you for all this ongoing support you have. And we will continue to bring the light fun after this. But again, this is something we just couldn't let go without taking the time to giving it some energy and some time. Boat hasn't started moving yet. We will keep an eye on it. And when the sun goes in, it won't be as much of a glare, and I can kind of show you the boat right now. It's a little bright, and I think it'll just be a glary screen. And who doesn't mind listening to the water and watching the waves? So I'll share that with you while we wait. So real quick story about me and kind of, oh, if anybody's gonna see, there's a pelican right there. And personal favorite bird of mine, but we'll just stop there and look at the pelican for a second. Personal story about really my first time ever seeing Jimmy Buffett was back when my first daughter was 18 months. My second daughter wasn't born yet, and she's 17 now. And my wife and I were married obviously for 2 years, and her parents are big parrot heads and big Jimmy Buffett fans, and listen and saw concerts, and we're in it, and I would hear the music, and I think, oh, this is great. And then they said, we got tickets, we're gonna go, and it was in Philadelphia, what, 15 years ago. And so we went, and they said, we gotta go early, we got a tailgate. And I said, we got a tailgate? Okay, we'll tailgate for the concert. I didn't realize. See, I really didn't understand what it all meant. So we're bringing our 18-month-old daughter, and we're going into the parking lot in Philadelphia, and then I got it. Um, Music was playing, Jimmy Buffett at every trunk of every car. Everybody had their beach chairs out, and people had thatch huts built around their cars, and people had their coolers out, and they were drinking their margaritas, and it was this fun, light atmosphere that really just was addictive. So we stayed out there for hours and hung out, and then we went to the concert, and it just carried in from the parking lot to the concert. I can't tell how many beach balls are getting bounced around, the audience playing, and it was this high energy, wonderful show. It was just really an amazing time, and really after that, I enjoyed it before, but after that, I was hooked. And I can tell you honestly, Jimmy Buffett's played in our house on a regular basis, and today it's been all day. For those who do subscribe or do go to our channel, we've done at least a video and a short about Jimmy, just as a way to remember him. And we're gonna do this, and then we'll see where we go from here regarding Jimmy, and then what happens next. So that is us. If you are putting comments in, I apologize because the screen is so bright, I'm having trouble seeing it. So let's see if I can get to a spot where I might be able to read the screen. Let's go back. So you can see the boat. And we can. All right, guys. So as we look back, it still looks like the boat hasn't moved as of yet. We've done this before where we've kind of watched the boat go by, and it's really worth waiting for. It's pretty impressive because this channel is pretty narrow, as you can see, and that boat is a lot bigger than it looks from here. And when it comes to, I'll actually have to back up for you to get the view of that boat and really all its splendor. It's my understanding this is the only Margaritaville cruise ship. There's a new business line that Jimmy was trying to get launched, and he started here. And what's interesting is they were looking at opening up a Margaritaville resort here in Palm Beach. There's one down in Fort Lauderdale. It's right there on the beach on the boardwalk, and it's a little smaller, but really nice little place. And then there's a larger one in Orlando. And the Margaritaville in Orlando is new. They're still in the process of doing some build out. Been there for just a couple years. And so there's the main hotel right there, typical Margaritaville hotel. And behind it are cottages. And they're margarita themed cottages. So there's houses, basically, small houses that go from 2 bedrooms to 8. Some have pools. They're beautiful places. We've gone and stayed there a couple times on vacation. And it just has energy, it has the tropical colors, and the furniture packages in the houses that are owned by individuals are very Margaritaville themed, and it's it's nice. But in the very front of the hotel is a group of restaurants and shops called Sunset Walk. And the reason I'm sharing this is the Margaritaville channel for Sirius XM. They have the radio stations there, right in Orlando, right in this Sunset Walk, which is these places. And there's this middle area between where the restaurants face each other. And you literally can walk up to the window and watch the disc jockey do his Sirius XM right there live, and you can see it. And it's kind of a neat moment where it goes back to talk about how approachable kind of Jimmy and Margaritaville kind of kept everything. There wasn't a distance from you as the fan and them as the provider of entertainment. It was personal. And so you can actually go up to the window, knock on the window, and wave, and they wave back. We've done it. It was a neat time to do it with the kids when we did it that one time. I think the sun's in enough that we can get you back over and see the ship. So let's see. So that's the boat. Because we zoomed in so much that shake is getting there. So that has not moved yet, and it should be moving shortly. And we'd have a chance then to show it to you. So yeah, so I would encourage anyone who is a fan, who enjoys that kind of lifestyle, to find their way to one of these resorts. There's talk now of building one here in Palm Beach, Margaritaville Resort. Can't tell you where that stands now, but they're talking about it. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. While we live here in Palm Beach, we would love to be able to have a place to go to hang out. But right now, our favorite Margaritaville resort is the one in Orlando. It's really outstanding. I'm just peeking back at the boat. Not yet. So it's not moving as of yet. So we'll start strolling down the seawall here and give you guys a chance to see some of the ocean. So the inlet goes obviously down out to the Atlantic Ocean. Where the boat, that's cruise, goes out about twice a week, and it leaves here for a 3-day cruise out to the Bahamas. And what's crazy, from Palm Beach to Bahamas is 90 miles away. So it's a quick cruise out. It's pretty inexpensive, and people can go and just really kind of enjoy that kind of buffet, parrot head kind of life on the boat, and then stay, I think, overnight in the Bahamas, and they come back. And they do it about twice a week. And you'll see that's the boat's probably 6 stories tall when it goes by. It's ginormous, but it should be coming any time now. And we're still waiting. Oh, here you go. Here's something. I hate to tell you, that's getting some air. I'm not sure I'd be willing to do that, but those guys are zipping out to the ocean. For those who do subscribe, and just something about Palm Beach where we live, we have put a lot of content out about Palm Beach and about living here and some of the area. So just go ahead when this is over and what's interesting is this is where I am now is Singer Island, not the side of the inlet. And that's Palm Beach Island. That's called the island. The island is where the extraordinarily wealthy live. Um, and as you can see, it's a beautiful place. And Jimmy had at least one house there. So that pesky boat is still not moving, but it will. We'll wait here together for it to get going. For those of you who have tuned in, I do want to thank you. I know that this is kind of impromptu. We have 4 hours notice and Saturday at 5 o'clock, so that's pretty sudden. But the boat should be sailing, and it was just a chance for us to be able to share this because many of you wouldn't be able to see it, and we thought that we'd be able to share this moment, which will be happening at some point before we call it a night. But that is where we are right now. So it is still docked, and the smokestacks are smoking. So we're hoping that it will get going any minute now. As I walking up this way, it's interesting. People now are starting to kind of convene at the inlet here because when the boat goes by, it's an event. So I'm starting to get people kind of pulling up and wanting to see the boat go by. So hopefully you know better than I do, and it's going to be going kind of soon. So we're just going to stroll up the seawall a little bit, let you guys see more of the ocean. And that hopefully that boat will be going any minute now. This is while we wait, we got something nice to look at together. Beautiful blue sky day. Hot for Florida in September. Breeze is wonderful. So not knowing where everybody's is while they watch. In September in Florida is just a warm time. are still waiting. So we're gonna walk back towards the boat, and I'll try not to get you guys too much in the sun as we go back. And so far, it has not moved yet. So about our channel, Florida Parks After Dark. As a family, which was my wife, my two daughters, we decided to start that channel. Just really as a way just to celebrate kind of life in Florida and what it is to be a Disney fan. Um, and it's funny, the title Florida Parks After Dark is because we really found that parks in the evenings were just better, more magical for us. They just had a different energy than during the day. And so we will typically go to the park just in the evenings. Rope drop isn't a big thing for us. It is really just about being able to get there to the park and have the lights and then the fireworks and being able to really experience use of the parks in the dark. So hence, Florida Parks After Dark. We are planning to do more content and live streaming from Orlando in the next little bit here, and really having that chance for us to really give you guys who can't get to Florida, can't get to the parks on a regular basis, the chance to really experience it. But that is really our passion. We kind of like Jimmy, see Disney as a way just really to see life and kind of escape some of the intensity that we all face. So we did that. We have our Motivation Mondays, and that my wife does amazing at. That's really just an opportunity to really talk about how to get the energy up for the week coming. And shortly we'll be kicking off Relaxation Friday. So we'll be trying to send some content out for people just to end the week and kind of recoup as they go into the weekend and get their energies back up. And then shortly, we're going to launch an online store where we'll be selling some Disney themed merchandise. And really, we're trying to find merchandise that is unique, not just kind of typical stuff. And so that should be coming out in the next few days here. God willing, we can get the build out of the website and all that. And that would be just an opportunity for people to buy some merchandise from us. That is obviously Disney themed because that is what we're primarily about. That's our platform. So that should be coming out in the next week or so, ideally a couple days, but let's give this a week. And then we'll be doing a short or a video on that just so you get a chance to kind of to see what we'll be bringing to the table, what will be in the store. And that is it for us. As we move forward, we'll continue to try to evolve the channel. We know that there's a lot of Bailey fans out there. If those don't know, Bailey is our Wait English lab. He has a couple shorts on the channel, and he has a pretty robust following. So there's a chance to be someday there'll be a Bailey channel, all Bailey all day. So we'll see what happens with that. But he has garnered his own following. Let's put it that way. So we'll see. So as we go forward, we're looking just to evolve the channel and really bring as much content as we can to you guys. So maybe kind of give you those things that you guys are interested in. So let's keep panning around as boats come through the channel. Give you guys a chance just to see some things. And while we got some time, right there, and it's hard to tell, that is actually an island. And there's an island in the middle of the channel, and it's called Peanut Island. And what makes Peanut Island interesting was when JFK was our president. Um, the Kennedys had a compound on Palm Beach Island, and as president, it was during the Cold War, and there was always concerns about nuclear attack. So they had built a bunker for him on Peanut Island. So if while he was vacationing here in Palm Beach, war would break out, they had a way to get him to safety. And there's an actual nuclear bomb bunker that you can tour on Peanut Island. And it's really a testament to kind of how far we've come in our world. We're not so worried about nuclear war on a regular basis, but that's an interesting little fact. And we'll come around and wait on it. And there goes another pelican. For those who care, my favorite bird. So, our boat has not moved yet. As it sits in the dock, as you can see. But we'll hang in there together. Nothing yet, guys. Still not going to move. That boat is taking its time today. So we'll keep walking around and I'll keep showing the ocean. I'm pretty sure the sound of the waves cannot be a bad thing on a Saturday evening. If you look down, interesting. You gotta climb out on the rocks out there and fish. Um, since it's an inlet, a lot of fish come down through the inlet. It being more shallow. I can't get the Jimmy Buffett cruise ship to move. We'll keep showing you guys other boats as it comes through the channel as we wait. But it will be worth the wait if you hang in there with me a little bit longer. When it comes to it's a pretty impressive sight. And we'll put this up on the channel so you guys have a chance to see it. But it's pretty neat. This is how rough the water is. I'm telling you. Just to get out to the ocean takes a bit of effort. For a second, I didn't know if we were going to see ourselves a boat accident. Nope, it's not moving yet, guys. It is not moving yet. Just showing you guys around. There she is. I think we're all willing that boat to move at this point. So. Nothing yet, guys. Hey, Brian, I saw you just joined us. Thank you. Nope, nothing yet. So we'll keep moving around. Sometimes I wish I brought a little beach chair myself. I sat down and relaxed. But we're not moving yet. I don't think I've ever wanted a boat to move more than I do right now. But it will go in its own due time, I guess. So we're about almost 40 minutes in. The boat was scheduled to depart around 5:30. It typically goes early. Of course, today it's decided to take its time on our first live stream, and that's okay. I appreciate those of you who are with me hanging in. I see there's a bunch of you. Thanks for that. We'll stay here together until this thing goes, and it should be going shortly. It keeps close to time. But we'll keep panning around and showing you guys kind of the beauty of the place we live. I bet you can't guess what bird I'm going to see. That's no talking. I'm just saying. My favorite bird. If there's where I can see this, good comment. He's standing on the back of that boat as it rocks like that. Now, between you and I don't have that kind of balance. I would be taking a swim by now, or be seasick by now. So, whoever that is, I'm impressed. So we'll go back out. And right now, we do not have a boat. It is not moving just yet, guys. Every once in a while, you'll see me show you the ocean. That's when I'm looking back at the boat. In case you're wondering, all of a sudden you go from the sky to the ocean. It's me turning my head and my hand drops. So I apologize. Um, it's just trying to see what is going to happen. And as of now, he's not out yet. All right, so we'll walk to show you kind of zoom in, I'll zoom out a little bit. This is actually a hotel right here on the Intercoastal. It's a Marriott. And then there is people all looking to wait for that boat. And I guess this is coming the golf carts and they wait and they hang out for the boat to move. And it becomes kind of an event. And there's the guest of honor. And I don't want to be a liar. I want to show you guys how impressive that is when it goes through. So we're trying to find our little quiet spot here. The crowds are building. We're gonna walk all the way back down the seawall here. In anticipation of what is bound to happen at some point this evening. Alright, so when the sun breaks out, I'll pan back away. And by the way, remember that guy? Yeah, that's the same boat came back through. The guy took a spill in the back, and a piece of the boat fell out. So the object lesson is don't fly through the channel when it's this rough. But I'm sure he's going to feel that in the morning. We are still waiting, and that boat with that little man who got bounced around, we're not going so fast anymore. But we will continue to wait. I appreciate those of you who've hung out with me for about 45, 46 minutes so far. Thank you for that. I thought I heard a horn. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that that boat horn was a boat getting ready to pull out. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Those who hung in with me, I appreciate it. It's going to be worth it. So thank you. But it is a stubborn little boat. It does not want to move right now. At least I was filming a cavalcade or a parade. We'd have a time, and in the world of Disney, it would happen right on schedule, and you would be standing here for 2 minutes, not 40. So this is the randomness of live streaming, I guess, as we learn a lot of lessons on our first one. We will take some of this and learn from it, so next time we do it, we will be that much better. That is us. When the sun goes in, I'll come back to the boat. You guys have a chance to see it. Just in case you guys thought I was filming about not moving, it hasn't moved yet. So as the sun comes out, nothing yet, guys. Keep an eye on some of the fishermen if they get a good catch. I gotta just say that while we wait. But that boat has not moved yet. I know I keep saying that. I'm hoping on sometime I'll be able to tell you guys it's backing up and it's coming out. You gotta wonder what is going on in the boat. You think, is it last minute stuff? Is it rowdy passengers? Is it, they're just taking their time? Are they kind of doing memorial to Jimmy and his passing before they take the boat out? It's a lot of questions, but I honestly don't know. You know, guys, we're going to take a walk. We're going to take a quick stroll, all of us. We're still falling down along the boat. What I realized, which could be interesting, is there's a path here. We're going to take the path and walk towards the boat. Almost in our own hope and will to get this thing to move. Let's keep going. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay. Sorry about the bumps. I'm walking in sand. And all right. I can walk that, make our way to the boat itself. We'll stroll down. The boat won't come to us. We'll go to the boat. The mountain will come to Muhammad. Muhammad will go to the mountain. I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys. So that's our boat. And we're going to walk to. Or at least get close to it. And my thought is, as we walk towards it, we'll be getting closer to leaving. And when it's closer to leaving, we'll be closer to the boat, and we'll see it faster go by. You guys have been incredibly patient and hung in there with me. And the sun breaks through the clouds. Whew. Even at this time of day, that's a hot sun. All right. If I was to get out here to a different point, a little farther down the channel, we'll be able to really see that boat back up and then be able to get a real close view of the boat as it comes around down through the channel. You have to think it's going to be leaving soon. You have to, right? So we got our fingers crossed. All right, we'll camp out here for 1 second. the shade of a palm tree, which is not a bad thing to have. And you gotta think this thing's moving soon. It's funny, now that we walk down a little bit, I can see on the upper deck, and you guys may not be able to, that the people who are passengers, obviously, the upper deck is where they'd be standing so they can watch as the boat, when it eventually backs out, and they can kind of see as they drive down. And so from here, this vantage point, we'll give you a quick glance over at Palm Beach Island. And we kind of walked down a path to get here. And that's where we kind of came from. But it's a beautiful day of big puffy clouds and nice breezes. It's been a heck of a hot summer for us. And we will see. Oops, sorry about that. Getting word. Maybe we need to go to the dock. So we'll see. All right, guys. And we are coming up on an hour. Oh, wait. Those of you who've been patient, that is a boat horn. I don't know if you've heard it. I did. And it could be the sun making me delirious, but we're going to assume it's not. That is a good sign. Maybe your patience is about to be rewarded. Then again, maybe not. We'll give it one more minute. Oh, I heard that one. You may have heard that over the mic. Good sign, guys. Smoke coming in stacks, getting a little thicker. I got horns blasting. We're in the home stretch. Come on, boat. Let's move. And guys, if you can imagine it, I just got a low battery alert. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. It does start moving and move soon. And we keep our battery charged. Because, man, you guys waited an hour for me to lose charge now. And you not see the boat. That would just be awful. All right, guys. You've noticed it. And there's the problem. If you look right there, that's a tanker. That's a very large tanker. And it is moving through the channel first. So this is not what you signed on to watch. But this is why my cruise ship hasn't moved yet. And why you guys have hung out for an hour listening to me. It is a very big boat. So that is why the Margaritaville ship has not left yet. So what might make sense is for us maybe end live for now, come back live when the boat starts moving. Because now I understand why Margaritaville ship hasn't moved. So we're going to end here, and I will put out a quick go live by about 10 minutes and be able to see the boat come through. Guys, I do appreciate your patience, and I do apologize. We had assumed the boat would come through 15 minutes after we got here, and that was a little bit long. So with that said, guys, we'll go live when it is time. You guys take care. This is George from Florida Parks After Dark. Go ahead and subscribe to that button, and you'll get the alert that we're going to go live and watch Jimmy's boat come through.